Welcome back to the coin world. Old coin review and value, the ultimate destination for rare coin discoveries, numismatic treasures, and the hidden value in your pocket change. 1972 was a year of bold statements. America was riding the wave of its space triumphs, political turbulence, and cultural revolution, but nestled in the pockets of everyday citizens was a coin that quietly told one of the greatest stories ever told, the story of liberty, exploration, and remembrance. The Liberty $1 coin of 1972 isn't just any dollar. It's known officially as the Eisenhower dollar, honoring President Dwight D. Eisenhower and the Apollo 11 mission. Introduced in 1971, it was the first dollar coin, minted after the peace dollar was retired in 1935. On the obverse, we see a bold profile of President Eisenhower, the Supreme Allied Commander during World War II and the 34th President of the United States. His legacy lives on in steel and silver. The reverse side of the coin is breathtaking. Designed by Frank Gasparo, it shows a bald eagle landing on the moon, clutching an olive branch, a direct homage to the Apollo 11 mission patch. Above it, Earth rises in the distance. It's the first U.S. coin to depict planet Earth. This design wasn't just art, it was a symbol of American achievement. Minted in metal. Minted in Philadelphia, no mint mark Denver D and San Francisco S. These coins marked a transition period, when the U.S. Mint was moving away from silver for good. Now here's where it gets truly fascinating. The 1972 Eisenhower dollar has three major varieties, and not many people know this. Flattened continents on Earth most common. Minted in Philadelphia, highly detailed Earth. No islands, extremely rare. Only found in early 1972. Philadelphia strikes, worth hundreds, even thousands in high grades. Clear globe with detailed land masses became the standard later in the year. If you find a Type 2 in your change, you might just be holding a small fortune in circulated condition. Most 1972 Eisenhower dollars are worth around $1 to $3, but in MS65 or higher or in proof silver versions, values skyrocket. Here's how you can spot a valuable 1972 dollar. Check the earth detail on the reverse. Look for sharp strike and full luster. Mint marks are important. S for silver, no mark for Philly. Invest in a loop and a good coin guide. The 1972 Liberty Eisenhower dollar stands at a crossroads in American history: post-World War II leadership, Cold War tension, and the golden age of spaceflight. It's a coin of strength, pride, and discovery. Every time you hold one, you're not just holding a dollar, you're holding a legacy. By the late 1960s, the United States had moved away from silver coinage. The Coinage Act of 1965 eliminated silver from circulating dimes and quarters and reduced it in half dollars. But the dollar coin had disappeared altogether after 1935. With the retirement of the peace dollar, for decades, Americans had no circulating dollar coin, partly due to limited need and poor public acceptance. But the death of Dwight D. Eisenhower in 1969 changed everything. 2. Honoring a national hero. Dwight D. Eisenhower wasn't just a two-term U.S. president, he was Supreme Allied Commander in World War II, orchestrating D-Day and the defeat of Nazi Germany. His leadership during the Cold War and the early space race made him a symbol of American strength and diplomacy. After his passing, there was bipartisan support in Congress to commemorate Eisenhower, not with just a medal, but with a circulating coin, something the average citizen could carry as a tribute. The Space Age coin, celebrating Apollo 11. The timing couldn't have been better. Just a few months before Eisenhower's death, the world had witnessed Apollo 11's moon landing in 1969, with Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and Michael Collins capturing the imagination of millions. The U.S. Mint wanted a reverse design that would commemorate both Eisenhower and the moon landing, two towering American achievements. Thus, the reverse design features the Apollo 11 mission patch, an eagle landing on the moon with an olive branch, signaling peace. This made the Eisenhower dollar the first U.S. coin to feature space exploration, and the first coin to show the planet Earth, a symbol of the new era. Designed by Frank Gasparo, the chief engraver of the U.S. Mint, it shows a sharp profile of Eisenhower facing left, modeled after official presidential portraits. Reverse, also by Gasparo, based on a sketch of the Apollo 11 insignia, with the eagle descending over the moon's surface. Earth in the background. Gasparo aimed to make the coin both patriotic and futuristic, representing American dominance in both war and space. The 1972 Eisenhower dollar was struck in 3 locations: Philadelphia no mint mark. Regular strikes. Denver regular strikes most. $1,972 were struck in copper nickel clad, continuing the trend set in 1965. But San Francisco issued special 40% silver collector coins, called Blue Ikes and Brown Ikes. This made the 1972 Eisenhower dollar a bridge between the silver and base metal eras of U.S. coinage. At 38.1 millimeters and weighing over 22 grams, the Eisenhower dollar was the largest and heaviest U.S. coin minted for circulation since the peace dollar. But it was not widely accepted by the public due to its bulk. Many vending machines, cash registers, and public transit systems weren't built to handle the large dollar coin. As a result, most Ikes circulated poorly and ended up in banks, casinos, and collector albums. Ironically, the coins. Thank you for watching. Like, share, and subscribe to the Coin World. The 1972 Liberty half dollar, commonly referred to as the Kennedy half dollar, is a coin rich with American history and patriotic symbolism. While it might appear as a common coin in circulation, its background, production nuances, and collector variants make it a fascinating subject for numismatists and history buffs alike. After the tragic assassination of President John F. Kennedy on November 22, 1963, the U.S. Mint and Congress acted swiftly to honor the fallen president. Just months later, in early 1964, the Kennedy half dollar was introduced, replacing the Franklin half dollar. These features a left-facing profile of President John F. Kennedy, designed by Gilroy Roberts, designed by Frank Gasparo. It depicts the presidential seal, complete with an eagle, olive branch, arrows, and stars. This design aimed to reflect Kennedy's strength, patriotism, and the resilience of the nation. By 1971, due to the rising cost of silver and coin hoarding, the U.S. Mint removed all silver from the regular, circulating Kennedy half dollars. Thus, the 1972 Kennedy half dollar is composed of a copper nickel, clad over a pure copper core, no silver content. The coin was struck in 3 main facilities. San Francisco struck beautiful proof versions of the 1972 Kennedy half dollar, targeted at collectors. These proof coins were included in 1972 proof sets and are often deeply mirrored and highly detailed. 1972 saw some challenges in quality control. Some half dollars from that year show weak strikes, especially on the reverse, where details of the eagle's feathers or arrows may appear blurry. This can affect both aesthetic appeal and grading. Some of the most sought after 1972 Kennedy half dollars include double die obverse Dawson rare. 1972 halves exhibit doubling on Kennedy's profile or inscriptions, clipped planchette. Errors where a portion of the coin is missing due to a misfeed. Missing clad layer reveals the copper core, giving the coin a golden brown appearance. Circulated coins, typically worth face value. Uncirculated MS-62, MS-65 $2 to $15. High-grade examples. MS-66 and above can reach $50 to $100 plus. Proof. Coins PR-67 or PR-69, $10 to $100. Rare errors or DDoS, up to several hundred or even $1,000 plus, depending on condition and rarity. The Kennedy half dollar series remains popular due to its historical significance, connection to a beloved president, the sheer variety of errors and mint varieties. Collectors often seek out high-grade examples, proof issues, and certified error coins from 1972. The half dollar was still technically a circulating coin, but its usage was already declining. Many Americans preferred smaller denominations for daily use. As a result, many 1972 Kennedy half dollars remained uncirculated and were hoarded or placed into collections. Though not widespread, some counterfeits and altered coins exist, especially for error varieties. Authenticating rare finds through grading services like PCGS or NGC is essential. Following World War II, the U.S. economy experienced a boom. Coinage demand surged with rising consumer activity. Half dollars, such as the Franklin half dollar introduced in 1948, played a crucial role in everyday commerce. 1960s, the Franklin half dollar was a staple, yet its design was seen by some as outdated. The assassination of President John F. Kennedy in 1963 provided a national catalyst for a new coin design. The death of President Kennedy shocked the world. In response, Congress and the U.S. Mint moved swiftly to honor him by placing his likeness on the half dollar, a denomination large enough to feature a clear portrait. Legislation passed in early December 1963 allowed Kennedy's portrait to replace Benjamin Franklin's on the half-dollar. Mint engravers worked day and night to prepare the new design, and production began just weeks later. The Kennedy half-dollar was released to the public in March 1964. Public demand was so high that millions of these coins were hoarded. People didn't spend them, they collected them as memorials. From 1964 until 1970, Kennedy half-dollars were composed of 40% silver, but by 1971, silver prices had risen dramatically, making coins worth more in melt value than face value. In response to hoarding and metal cost, Congress passed legislation eliminating silver from circulating coinage. Thus, starting in 1971, Kennedy half-dollars were struck in copper-nickel, clad the same as quarters and dimes. The 1970 Kennedy half-dollar was the second year struck entirely without silver. It became a symbol of a new economic reality, fiat money with no intrinsic metal value, reflecting a broader change in monetary policy. The 1970 half-dollar was produced at the Philadelphia Mint Mark, Denver D and San Francisco mints. Philadelphia and Denver struck coins for circulation, while San Francisco made proof coins for collectors. In 1972, the combined mintage for circulation exceeded 295 million coins. This high production reflected confidence in the coin's ongoing utility. Although half-dollars were slowly fading from everyday use. Despite high mintage, few people used half-dollars in daily transactions. Many were hoarded, while others sat unused in bank vaults. By the mid-1970s, the half-dollar was already semi-obsolete in commerce. While most 1970 half-dollars are common, several known mint errors including double dies, off-center strikes, and clipped blankets make certain examples highly collectible and valuable. One famous variety includes doubling on the obverse inscriptions such as "In God We Trust." These coins can be worth hundreds depending on condition and clarity of the doubling. The Kennedy half-dollar maintained popularity, largely because of JFK's legacy, not because of the coin's utility. Its large size, unique design, and historic connection helped preserve its status. Interestingly, Kennedy half-dollars found life in international use especially. Thank you for watching. Like, share, and subscribe to the Coins World.